Now we can get back on the bus and turn it over to Chris.
All right. Thanks, Dennis. Hey, everybody. My name is Chris Lipper, and I founded On the Bus Sales Training Coaching Consulting New Year's Eve 2010. So it was 11 years ago. And we have a whole lot of fun and business gets done. And that's kind of our theme with all of this. So let me ask you a question. Who here knows why they're here today? Who here has a goal for reasons to be here? Or are you just kind of showing up and winging it? And whatever happens, happens, and we'll have some fun. Right. So our members, what we do is we will break down their goals, whether it be a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, even 20 year goal, to behavioral goals. And that's how we start the year every year, and we revisit it every June. And that's part of what we offer. And so for my members, if they were here, they would tell you their goal was probably to have 2 one-to-ones at every event that they go to. And then when they have the one-to-ones, they have another goal, and that is to ask for referrals. So they're not there to sell each other, and that's not really what we do. So my goal when I go to an event, or their goal, is to have 2 one-to-ones from the event on top of whatever you would get naturally. So if Dennis was matching us up and having mandatory one-to-ones kind of thing, then I would need to get 3. So it's networking. It's not working. You know, that's the chapter in the book. And we do have a workbook. It's the On the Bus workbook. I don't know if you can see that, and I'll screen share in a second, but I'm just going to use my chapters as a cheat sheet for now. But so when we go on these one-to-ones, the objective is to ask for a referral, right? And then we have a class on asking for a referral. So for those that don't know how to do that, there is a way. And referrals can be a currency, they can be a thank you, they can be an IOU, they can be a lot of things, but ask for them. Don't just tell us our business has grown from referrals. Actually ask. Say, hey, do you know anyone who could benefit from what we do? If you know anyone that struggles with giving an introduction like we all just did, we have a chapter on that in our book. We give classes on that. We have classes on 10-second, 30-second, 2-minute, and 4-minute introductions. We use a cheeseburger approach, a vegan cheeseburger, because I'm vegan, and I can show you an example of that here. Probably should just share a screen, but you can maybe see that, maybe not, but there's a bun on either side, and that is your name and your company name. The toppings that you put on your burger, and you may not make your burger the same way every time. I don't. It depends on the audience, right? So you might have a different set of bullet points that you would bring out depending on who's in front of you. So we need to be able to do that in a conversational way where we're not reading it, where we don't sound robotic, where it just kind of flows. We do have a class. It's a 3-part class on having a sales system versus not. So we go to an event like this. We have our one-to-ones. We ask for the referral, and then we get a referral. Do you know what to do then? Do you know what that meeting looks like? And so what we've done there is we've set up a 60-minute meeting. We've broken it down into 60 seats on the bus, right? And we show people how to spend that time. So we don't spend it too much talking about the weekend, the Rangers and the Giants, and we don't just dive right into the selling aspect of it either. With our sales training, we don't really just talk about stuff, we do stuff. So we don't talk about how to network better. We do have classes on networking, but then we'll have networking events. So every Thursday at 9 a.m., we have Bang. Dennis has been to Bang, Randy's been to Bang, many of you have. And it's a great event. It's a lot of fun, and business gets done, as I like to say. We do it in an hour. We have about 25 people generally. And so we create events around our classes. And that happened some years ago with trade shows. I was meeting with a client, and they said, oh, trade shows suck. And I was like, well, maybe it's not the shows, maybe it's you. And he's like, what do you mean? I said, I'll prove it to you. We're going to have a trade show. And so right there on the spot, we decided we're going to have a trade show. And we did it. And we had 350 people come. And we had 25 booths. And it was great. And we offered 2 classes prior to the show. And then we always do a class after the show to find out what we did right, what we didn't, what we could learn, how we can improve it, that kind of stuff. And then we did it again a couple years later. And then that was great. So we did it then twice a year. and we ended up having 7 shows live. And we had 2 shows scheduled for last year, June and December, and we canceled the June. The pandemic was a little fresh, and I wasn't ready to go back out, and I was a little upset that we didn't get to do it. And so in December, I decided, you know what, we're going to figure out how to do it virtually. And we had a virtual trade show. And I don't know how many of you have gone to virtual trade shows before, but for the most part, they're not great, right? They kind of have rooms, and you go in and you click on a link and somebody's showing a video and they're selling at you. Well, our virtual trade show, we figured out how to use this platform, and it's live. And I'm going to show you a video, if I can share a screen, of what it looks like and felt like. And it's a whole lot of fun. And our next one is on June 2nd. And then we're doing another one on September 8th. We have a third one for this year in December. And then the plan is in January to go monthly and to expand to different parts of the country with Desiree's help. So this is not going away. And frankly, I won't do live shows again. We will always be doing them on here. It's so much better for the exhibitors and the attendees. Our last show, people stayed 103 minutes. That was the average stay for a 3-hour show of the attendees. And we had, I think we ended up with 40 rooms, something like that, because we have a number of presentation rooms. Well, I'll show you. So let's see if I can share screens here. And I have the video. This should be it. That may not be it. I apologize. Let's try that again. Now I'm lost. All right, let's just go with this. All right, there it is. Here we go. Hopefully you can hear. You're supposed to click on this, optimize video, click there. It'll be sound. So that was an example of some of the booths and the rooms and the listings. These were the breakout rooms, some of the topics. This was part of our team. We had techs there if anybody had technical difficulty. Hey, it's Chris Lipper at the trade show, and it's fascinating. So I'm in the main room right now with David, our tech support guy. David, wave. Hey. Oh, looks like Marco's coming in for a second. What's up, Marco? I'm going to step out for a sec. Talk to David if you need him.
Okay, sure. I'm just going to go to another room.
I'm going to go look at some of the presentation rooms. So let's go to presentation C and see what's going on in there.
It's a GPS tracking device that can actually track the mileage that's done for, commercial reasons. And those are very costly. And there are many companies that provide.
Going to a next room.
I'll take your name and number also, and then you could.
Of course.
And then you guys have a chat.
These are some of the slides from some of the presentations that were given. That was a cybersecurity one. Again, these are the breakout rooms. We ended up with, well, here I am at the trade show with all my friends. There's no one here. No, I'm kidding. Look, they're all in the breakout rooms, and it's amazing to see. So all of these are people, and they're killing it. And the presentations are great, and this has really just been terrific. Doreen's coming back. Hold on.
I just came back from a presentation.
How was it? You're on camera.
It was great. It was great. There's a lot of people there.
Who did you go see?
I went to see the critical cyber threats.
Oh, good. David Quick and Jeannie.
Yep.
Yeah, this is good stuff. You might have seen Christina on employee stuff. I don't know. This is a lot of fun, though. We're doing great.
With all of our.
So that gives you a feel a little bit for what the virtual trade show is like. And Randy's been to a number of these. He's been actually both live and virtual. So again, it's a lot of fun. If you know anyone that could benefit from something like that, please introduce me. We do offer 2 classes prior, so they're going to be very comfortable with the platform. My feeling with trade shows is it's not my responsibility to bring traffic, that it's all of ours. We're a team. We're like gypsies traveling together until the date of the show. And the networking that gets done between the exhibitors is terrific as well. because you're going to have classes together and get to know each other. Everything we do, we always start with a 30-second intro. So our members are very grooved at that. So that's pretty much it. So we do offer sales training, coaching, and consulting. Our focus is mainly business owners. We do work with a lot of solopreneurs. The coaching we do as a group and a community with virtual bus trips. Once a month, we will put up to 8 owners on a bus together, the same 8 every month. They don't know each other ahead of time, but I've got one guy who's been with me 19 years, another guy who's been with me, our average is 5, and they share challenges and opportunities, and they hold each other accountable. And it's tough love, but it's still love, right? They will tell you, hey, don't do that. You're never going to follow through, or maybe you should try it this way or whatever it is. But the growth is amazing. 19 of our owners last year had record years during COVID. So it works. And that's enough from me. Any questions?
Just one comment, Chris. I will also be exhibiting this year, and I'm helping Chris promote it. So if you guys see anything on LinkedIn, if you guys could share it, that would be fantastic.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for all your help. You're wonderful.
I just want to say too, like Chris mentioned, I've been to a few of them in person and live. Online, and I would say the virtual trade show is really cool. I was actually explaining it to someone yesterday, and because when it first started, I was like, man, how's this going to work? But it's really cool. You kind of pop in and out wherever you want to go. If you see someone and they can introduce you to somebody, it's definitely pretty unique, and I think it's on the right track. I actually got bumped out of a room. I was, talking to somebody. The tech guys were right there to help right away. It's really cool. It's unique. And I would definitely recommend everybody to just at least stop by for a little bit, when it goes on. I know me and Jen will definitely be there.
I think you guys are exhibiting again, actually.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, and because there's 2 of you, so we don't allow, there's a lot of rules with our shows. You can't leave early. If you're an exhibitor, you can't break down early. It's not fair to the community. I won't invite you back to do it a next time. If you're going to exhibit, somebody has to be in your booth, right? So if Randy's going to be speaking for a half hour on whatever topic it is, Jen needs to be in the booth, right? So you can't have booths unattended, just like at a regular show. So again, we've done this now since 2014. Just because we pivoted digitally doesn't make the rules any different. It's all about the attendees and bringing traffic to this one and the next one. We always got to be thinking about the next one.
Chris, when is the next trade show event?
June 2nd from 1 to 5:30. The exhibitors asked that we add an hour, which is another nice sign.
And like Randy, I have been live and virtual works. But besides that, I'm going to throw a little something out to Chris because he ended with the trade show. But I shared an office with him, so I got to ride the bus and just learn about what he does. And I'm going to tell everyone, especially as a referral, that I can really tell when people work with Chris because your 30-second, your 45 intro is like perfect. And it's very different than reading a card or being nervous. You look right in that camera and you're doing your ask. And I would never have known what to do. I wasn't a networker. I went for the breakfast, I think. I'm not sure. But like Chris said, I didn't know why I did it. And I learned how to work smarter, not harder. Right. And I absolutely learned about kind of networking and not working. I mean, I learned, and learning is the best way to grow. And that's all I can say about when you take a ride on the bus, because I had to grow. I got my business part great. I can present like nobody's business. And then I lose it from there. So thank you, Chris.
Because you didn't stay on the bus.
And I just want to say thank you as well. I mean, as he mentioned earlier, I met him in a Bang, but actually Jeannie has one who introduced me to Bang and to Chris and everything that's going on. And she's not here, but I don't think she would say that it was a problem to say. I met her before she knew Chris, and I've seen her work with Chris, and her pitch and everything has gotten 1,000 times better, 1,000 times more on point. And myself and the things that I learned, Chris, I'm just so glad he's part of the team. And I highly recommend going to his on Thursday mornings his networking event. I mean, it's just wonderful. I mean, he's just a great resource for everyone.
Thank you for that. And if you're interested in seeing anything, go to onthebus.biz and check out the calendar in the events area.
Excellent.
And I would like to meet with you one-to-one. So that's why I'm here, is to have one-to-one. So please schedule with me. I put in the link, or in the chat, a link for scheduling, and I'll just do it again now. And there it is. Okay. So I think that was about 15 minutes, right, Dennis?